Zero-point energy. Have you ever sat in a room in the dead of night in what you believe to be perfect silence? You've turned everything off. The hum of the refrigerator is gone. The distant drone of traffic has faded. You are sitting in what feels like absolute, total stillness. But what if I told you that this silence, this stillness, is an illusion? That the room you are in is in fact a cauldron of unimaginable activity? That the very space between you and me, the air we breathe, the atoms that constitute our bodies, are all screaming with a hidden foundational energy, an energy so profound that it underpins the very fabric of reality itself. This is not science fiction. This is the frontier of our understanding of the universe. This is the mystery of the quantum void, tapping into the infinite energy of empty space. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going on a journey to the very edge of physics, to a place where science and magic begin to blur. We are talking about zero-point energy. To understand this, we need to shrink down. Not just small, like a grain of sand, not even to the scale of an atom. We need to go to the quantum level, a realm so tiny that the rules of our everyday world cease to apply. Here, the universe behaves in ways that are bizarre, spooky, and utterly magnificent. In this quantum realm, there is no such thing as true emptiness. The vacuum of space, what we might call nothing, is not nothing at all. It is a seething, bubbling, frenetic sea of potential. Physicists call this the quantum foam. Imagine an ocean during a storm, with waves and bubbles constantly forming and collapsing. Now, imagine that on a scale a trillion times smaller and far more violent. In this foam, particles and their anti-particle counterparts are constantly flickering into existence and then annihilating each other in a flash of borrowed energy. They are called virtual particles. They pop out of the void, dance for an unimaginably brief moment, and then vanish back into the background hum of space-time. This isn't a theory. We have experimental evidence for this. It's a fundamental property of our universe. And this endless, frantic dance requires energy. This is the zero-point field. It is the lowest possible energy state a quantum system can have. But lowest here is a relative term. It's like saying the foundation of a skyscraper is its lowest point. Yet, it holds up the entire colossal structure. This zero-point energy is not zero. It is immense. In fact, some calculations suggest that the energy in a single cubic meter of what we call empty space is greater than the total energy of all the visible matter in the known universe. Let that sink in for a moment. The space inside your coffee mug, if we could somehow tap into it, could contain more energy than all the stars and galaxies we can see. It is an infinite ocean of power, all around us, all the time. This isn't just a theoretical curiosity. This zero-point energy might be the invisible hand shaping our reality. Think about the ancient mystics and philosophers who spoke of the ether, a fifth element, a subtle medium that permeates all of space. They sensed it. They knew there was something more to the emptiness. They were, in their own way, perceiving the echo of the quantum vacuum. And this energy has consequences we can observe. There's a famous effect called the Casimir Effect. Imagine you take two perfectly smooth, uncharged metal plates and place them incredibly close together in a vacuum. In the empty space between them, only certain wavelengths of these virtual particles can flicker into existence. But on the outside of the plates, all wavelengths can form. This creates a pressure imbalance. The greater pressure from the outside actually pushes the plates together. We have done this experiment. We have seen the force of the quantum vacuum push two physical objects. It is a direct, tangible manifestation of the power of nothingness. This is the point where our sense of reality should start to tingle. The void is not passive. It is active. It exerts a force. It is alive. Now let's take this from the profoundly strange to the truly magical. Where is this energy coming from? This is one of the deepest mysteries in all of science. Some physicists, like the brilliant John Wheeler, speculated that this endless froth of creation and destruction is the very source of space-time and matter. That, at the very foundation of reality, at the Planck scale, the universe is a chaotic, probabilistic dance of information. Out of this dance, the illusion of a solid, stable universe condenses, much like a still image condenses from the rapid frames of a film. This begins to sound less like physics and more like the creation myths of old. In the beginning, there was the void, and the void was not empty. It was pregnant with infinite potential. From this potential, through a process of fluctuation and vibration, the world of form emerged. The zero-point field could be the scientific term for the primordial source from which all of existence springs forth. This connects to another mystical idea, the interconnectedness of all things. If every single point in space is tied to this same infinite energy field, then at the most fundamental level, everything is connected. The electron in an atom in your hand and a star in a galaxy a billion light years away are both mere ripples on the same vast, boundless ocean. The separation we experience is an illusion, a trick of our perception, limited by the scale at which we live. This is what the mystics have been saying for millennia. The universe is one. And now, quantum physics is whispering the same truth. So, the question that naturally follows, the one that has captivated inventors, visionaries, and science fiction writers for decades, is this: can we tap it? Can we drink from this infinite ocean? This is the dream of zero-point energy, a source of clean, limitless, and ubiquitous power. Imagine a world where energy is not a commodity to be fought over, dug up, or burned. No more power grids, no more pollution from fossil fuels, no more radioactive waste. Your car, your home, your phone, even your entire city could be powered by a device that simply draws energy from the vacuum of space itself, a vacuum energy converter. It would be the ultimate energy source, available anywhere, anytime, in the deepest mine on the farthest planet, or in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It would utterly revolutionize human civilization, lifting us to a level of abundance we can barely conceive of. It would be the single greatest technological leap in human history. It would unlock the stars. The biggest limitation for interstellar travel is energy and fuel. A spacecraft with a zero-point energy drive would not need to carry millions of tons of propellant. It could create its own thrust by manipulating the quantum vacuum itself, warping space-time, perhaps even making the dream of faster-than-light travel a reality. We would become a truly galactic species. But there is, of course, a but. The challenge is monumental. Think of it like this. The zero-point field is like a perfectly still pond. It's in a state of perfect equilibrium. To extract energy from it is like trying to get a water wheel to turn using that perfectly still water. You can't just dip a cup in. You have to break the symmetry. You have to create a gradient, like the Casimir plates did. But to do that in a controlled, sustainable, and scalable way is, with our current understanding, beyond us. The energy is there, but it's locked away in the fabric of reality, bound by the very laws of physics that it helps to create. It's the ultimate cosmic catch-22. Some physicists argue that it's fundamentally impossible to extract usable energy from it, due to the laws of thermodynamics. Others, more optimistically, believe it's just an engineering problem, a puzzle we haven't solved yet. The establishment often dismisses zero-point energy researchers as cranks. And to be fair, the field is littered with outlandish claims and devices that never seem to work. But every paradigm-shifting idea was once considered heresy. The line between genius and madness is often drawn by future generations. What if the key isn't a mechanical device, but a shift in consciousness? This is where we venture into truly mystical territory. Many esoteric traditions speak of prana, chi, or orgone energy, a universal life force that permeates everything. Practitioners of Qigong or Reiki claim to be able to channel this energy, to feel it, and direct it for healing and power. What if this life force is not a metaphor, but a subjective, biological perception of the zero-point field? What if our consciousness, itself a profound mystery, is not just a passenger in the universe, but an active participant, intricately woven into this quantum fabric? Perhaps the ancient techniques of meditation and energy work are humanity's first intuitive attempts to interface with this foundational energy. The yogi who sits in a state of perfect stillness and feels a surge of boundless energy may be experiencing a resonance with the quantum vacuum at a level science has not yet learned to measure. This idea is staggering. It suggests that the path to unlocking the power of the universe might not lie solely in a metal box in a laboratory, but also in the quieting of our own minds, in achieving a state of coherence with the fundamental hum of existence. Technology and spirituality would not be opposites, but two different paths up the same mountain. Let's go even deeper. What does this tell us about the nature of reality? If the zero-point field is the source of everything, then the particles that make up you and me are simply stable, persistent excitations of this field. We are not separate from the universe. We are of the universe. We are localized ripples in an infinite field of energy and information. This leads to a truly holographic view of reality. The information of the whole could be contained in every part. The entire cosmic history, every star, every planet, every thought could be encoded in the interactions at the zero-point level of every single cubic centimeter of space. The universe would be a cosmic hologram, and we are both the image and the projector. This connects to the work of the brilliant physicist David Bohm, who proposed the idea of the implicate order. He suggested that our visible world, the explicate order, is an unfolding of a deeper, hidden reality, a vast, unbroken whole. The zero-point field is a perfect candidate for this implicate order. It is the enfolded reality from which our world unfolds. Think of a movie projected on a screen. The characters and stories seem real, but they are all generated from the information on the film reel. The zero-point field could be the cosmic film reel, and our reality is the projection. This changes everything. It means that consciousness, matter, and energy are all different expressions of the same underlying holographic source. This isn't just philosophy. This is where the leading edge of theoretical physics is pointing. It suggests that the universe is, at its heart, made of information, and energy is a form of that information. So, where does this leave us? We are surrounded by an infinite, humming, creative silence. We are literally bathed in the energy of creation itself. The answers to the universe's greatest mysteries, the nature of consciousness, the possibility of interstellar travel, the dream of limitless abundance, may all be hidden in the nature of the void. The quest to understand and harness zero-point energy is more than a technological pursuit. It is a spiritual and philosophical journey. It forces us to reconsider what is possible. It blurs the lines between the physical and the metaphysical, between the observer and the observed, between science and magic. It tells us that the universe is far stranger, far more wonderful, and far more connected than we ever dared to imagine. The emptiness is full. The silence is a symphony. And we are not just witnesses to this miracle. We are part of the music. The next time you find yourself in a quiet room in the dead of night, I want you to remember this. Listen to the silence. Feel the space around you. And know that you are not sitting in emptiness. You are sitting at the heart of a cosmic storm, a storm of infinite potential. And the greatest adventure in human history is just beginning. The adventure of learning to dance with the void. If this journey into the quantum void fascinated you, if you felt that sense of wonder, then do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the mysteries of the universe. We have so much more to explore together, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about zero-point energy? Is it the future of power, a mystical secret, or both? Let's get a conversation going. If you want to go even deeper down this rabbit hole and explore how the holographic and zero-point ideas paint a picture of a reality that is literally built from information and consciousness, I highly recommend you check out my book, Holographic Multiverse. In it, I connect all these dots, from quantum physics to ancient mysticism, to build a stunning new vision of who we are and the universe we live in. It's a mind-bending journey, and I think you'll love it. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, for wondering, and for being part of this incredible exploration. Remember, the greatest secrets are hidden in plain sight. You just have to know how to look. Until next time.